When you decide to declutter your home, it can be very exciting. You think about how you aren't going to have to clean as often, you're not going to be staring at stuff all the time, and you're going to feel much more relaxed in your house. It may even feel like nothing can change your motivation to declutter. Until you start looking around your house and realizing how much stuff you're going to have to go through before you reach that point. You see a sea of clutter and you have no idea where to start. So you decide to turn to the internet and see where exactly you should start on your decluttering journey. But that might even be more overwhelming because there are so many different ideas about how you should declutter your home and when you should declutter your home, and so many people that you can listen to that even just trying to figure out where to start can become exhausting. As you try to figure out where to start, your excitement and motivation that you had just moments before can easily turn into exhaustion and overwhelm and frustration about the process. At this point, it almost seems like it would be a better idea just to sit back down and ignore the clutter. But ignoring the clutter is not going to get you to the results that you so desperately want. The results of being able to not have to clean all the time and not have to constantly be picking up and arranging and cleaning around clutter. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to begin decluttering when you are an overwhelmed mom who isn't quite sure where to start. The 5 simple steps that I'm going to show you can get you started in the decluttering process today. Step number 1, write down your why. This can be a really tempting step to skip over. I mean, we want to just get in there and get started with getting rid of things and clearing out our clutter. But if you skip this step, it can be really easy to lose motivation through the process because decluttering is hard work. This isn't something that you're going to finish in just a day or probably even a week. It's going to be something that takes some time and takes some energy. So you want to know your true why, the motivating factor behind all of this work, so that when you're in the middle of it and you feel like giving up, you will keep going. You can use a computer to write down your why if you want to, but I recommend getting out a pen and paper and writing it down the old-fashioned way. Studies showed that we internalize things better if we physically write it out. Asking why before you start decluttering may seem like a really obvious question to ask. Since there are so many benefits to decluttering, why wouldn't somebody want to declutter? But the reason that you may want to declutter could be different than the reason that your friend wants to declutter, or your neighbor, or your cousin. And the reason that you want to declutter is what will motivate you to keep going even when it gets challenging to do so. The first thing to do when you're writing down your why is to just ask yourself the simple question, why do I want to declutter? And it may be something like, I don't want to clean so much, which is a great reason, but it's probably not the deepest reason why you want to declutter. So after you write down, I don't want to clean so much, or whatever that first reason is, ask yourself why again. Why don't you want to clean so much if that was your answer the first time? And that could be anything from, I don't want to clean so much because I want to spend more time with my kids, to I don't want to clean so much because I want to have some time to take a bubble bath in the evenings if I want to. Whatever your answer is to that second question, now write that down as well. Now I want you to think about how your life will change when you have decluttered. So in this example, it may be, once I have decluttered, I won't have to clean so much and I will be able to take a bubble bath in the evenings instead of cleaning up. Basically, it will be a combination of those answers that you gave to yourself. But it gives you a fuller and more meaningful why behind the decluttering process. If you want even more resources for coming up with your why, I will leave a link down below to my Simplifying Mom Life Quick Start Guide. And that walks you through the entire process and gives you even more questions to ask yourself when coming up with your why. Number 2, determine your pain point and start there. Think about what causes you the most frustration with the clutter in your home. Is it the amount of toys your kids have? Is it the laundry? Is it the dishes? Figure out what is causing you the most frustration and exhaustion in your home and decide to start there. You really can start wherever you want. Some people like to start with a bathroom or something simple when they're decluttering, but starting with the pain point will allow you to see the biggest results the fastest. If your pain point does happen to be the laundry or the dishes, grab that quick start guide that I have linked down below, and I go through exactly how to simplify those 2 processes and declutter those as well in the guide. But whatever your pain point is, don't think about any of the other clutter that you're going to have to deal with until you deal with this pain point. Focusing in on this one part of the process will keep you from getting overwhelmed and stressed out as you continue on your decluttering journey. Number 3, set some guidelines. Before you dig in and get your containers out and start putting things in each one, Set some guidelines for yourself so you will know exactly which things are going to stay and which things aren't. Let's say, for example, that your pain point is how many toys are in your house. So sit down and determine exactly which toys will make the cut and which ones won't. So for example, broken toys that aren't easily fixed would be going into the trash bin, since there's no reason to keep broken toys laying around creating more clutter. Toys that may go into the donate bin would be toys that your children have outgrown, toys that they never play with, or maybe even toys that make too much noise. Closed-ended toys are another thing that often can go into the donate pile, and that just means a toy that really only has one way that it can be played with. You can keep those if your children really love them and play with them often, but children tend to enjoy and play with more open-ended toys. Another type of toy that you may want to consider donating is toys that celebrate Disney or another creator's imagination more than your child's imagination. Sometimes kids also get toys just because a friend had them, and then once they're in your house, they don't play with them nearly as much as they thought they would. And obviously, you'll want to get rid of any toys that don't align with your family's values. Now, those are just all examples. Your list may be much longer or much shorter about what you are going to keep and what you are going to get rid of, but you get the idea. You want to set some sort of parameters so you know exactly what you are looking for as you go through the decluttering process. It will make it go much more quickly and much more smoothly. If toys are the pain point in your family, I also suggest having your kids sit down with you and helping you create the guidelines. That way, as you are decluttering the toys, you can show them and remind them why you had decided that certain toys would be staying and certain toys would be leaving. That way it will get their buy-in in the process as well, and they won't just feel like you're getting rid of all their toys. The fourth thing you want to do as you are beginning your decluttering process is identify the trash first, no matter which category you're working on. The items that are worn, torn, broken are often the easiest to identify and the easiest to part with. And while I agree with every other minimalist out there who says you want to focus on what you want to keep instead of what you want to get rid of, this is an easy win that you can give yourself, and it will get this decluttering ball rolling in the right direction. And the fifth thing that you need to do is stay consistent. Get out your calendar and write down a start date. Commit to spending some time on your decluttering project every day until your project is complete. This may be an afternoon if it's a small closet that you're decluttering, or it may be a couple of weeks if you're decluttering a much larger category, like toys. If you have limited time to commit to decluttering, set aside at least 15 minutes a day until your project is complete. Set a timer for whatever amount of time you have on your calendar and continue decluttering until that timer goes off. Once it goes off, make sure to put the trash in the trash, the donate items in your vehicle, so next time you're driving by a place where you can donate, you can take it right then and there, and be sure to put everything that you are going to keep in your house away. Now, that doesn't just mean putting things back where you got it. Think about where you want to store each item. Just because you've always stored something in a certain spot does not mean it is the best place to store it. But no matter where you decide to store each thing, make sure each item has a home. And that is it. That is really all it takes to get started decluttering. You don't have to keep watching all kinds of videos and reading all kinds of articles. Just get started taking simple steps and tackling those pain points in your home. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it so more people can find it. If you want my full Simplifying Mom Life Quick Start Guide, go ahead and grab that down in the description below. And if you would like all the steps for decluttering your entire home, you can check out this video here to get started. I'm Cassie with MakingTimeForGiggles.com, and I make videos all about making mom life simple. Hit subscribe down below if that sounds interesting to you, and hit the bell next to it to be notified when the next one is available. I'll see you on the next one.